What's up? It's your boy LA Mamba back with another video. It's June 2, 2022. It's been a long time since I make videos, and I think about maybe close to 2 months. I loaded up two videos I did recently, and that's why I like to say the dates, because I can see when I do these videos, and I've been working a lot, and I've been getting a lot of good results, finding tires, and of course selling them. But I would like to share some of these ways that I've got these tires. So the first one is when you go to these wholesale tire companies. There's people that work there. In this example, is people that load and unload the truck when you pick the tires. So you go pick them, they'll load them up at their place, they'll come and unload at your place, and I usually give them a tip pretty much all the time, unless they do a bad job, right? Bad attitude stuff, but for the most part you give a good tip. And these guys, you talk to them because you're unloading and talking and stuff at the same time. Talking about whatever you want to talk about. I like to talk about tire shop business, and they begin to like you. They see that how much you can buy and how much you sell, like the amount of buying you keep buying from them, and so you build relationships. And what happened was that once in a while these guys move to another one of the tire wholesale companies, or little small guys that make their own. So then they know who you are, they call you and they say, hey, I got some very good tires, the type of tires you buy, right? Which in my case, everybody knows that I like to do the wide tires, like the Corvettes, Camaros. So they call me and then they say, hey, I got some good stuff, come on down. All right, I'll be there. What day? I'll be there Thursday, right? As you can see, we're closed on Thursdays. So I go down and I see their stuff, and I'm like, man, this is some good stuff. Like, what happens is sometimes with these new guys, they open up a place, they buy tires, they don't have a lot of customers. I'm talking about good customers that know their business. There's a lot of tire shop guys that they'll buy the usual stuff, the common stuff, but they'll leave the good stuff, the real good stuff behind. Like, again, the white tires or the all-terrain tires, right? BMW tires, stuff like that. And so they will just sit there until they find someone like me, and that knows like the real good tires. And pretty much I went, bought like all their good stuff, right? It was about 600 tires, and yeah, they, come bring them, I pay them, give them a tip, right? And then they leave, and then again you start getting these tires and putting them in their place. That was just a real quick small example of like how to get in the good stuff, and that place was very, very good stuff. Next example was the new tire wholesale companies. They have drivers, they unload, they get the check, or they just get the cash and leave. And they again build a relationship with these guys. These guys, they last about 6 months or so doing the same route, and then the company changes the route, they go somewhere else. So one of these guys was like, hey, that one place over there, or these two places over there, which is the bigger guys, are buying a whole bunch of the same brand. they're gonna be signed out because they're changing the brand that the company's gonna buy, so they're not gonna sell this brand no more. Very good brand, in my opinion. And so then right away I call, hey, I want to order some tires of this sizes, which is 3 main sizes. They're trailer tires. And they're like, all right, I can only get you so much. And again, these companies were buying like hundreds. And I was like, man, that sucks. Like the little guy, you know, can't really win compared to the big guys, right? So then I was, all right, sound, give me these. And I called the sales rep, hey, can you give me more, you know? Yeah, I can get you more. They gave me some more. And then later on, he hits me back up once I get my tires. Hey, I can get you more. I got more, right? So pretty much I got more enough tires to last me the year when it comes to traded tires. 205 75 15, 205 75 14, 175 80 13. And again, you feel like, you know, as a little guy, it's like, wow, man, like hundreds of tires, I can't afford that. It's just, like, I'm just saying, right? Like if you want to compete with these guys. But then you do the math. I was like doing the math of how much the tires cost, and it was only like 10 grand, right? What they bought. It was, let's say it was like 200 tires or something like that. And I was like, man, that's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like thousands, like way more than that. And I was like, nah, I can afford that, you know. But anyways, so then another time, that was another example. You know, we were right here. We saw a lot of the 19.5s and 17.5s. As you see these rims right here with tires. They're pretty hard to sell and they're pretty hard to get. But they do sell and you can get them very slowly. Well, this truck pulled up. It was a moving company, and they all the time they get things that they don't need and they sell them for pretty cheap. So the guys, it was like 4 guys that came, hey, in their work uniform, you want to buy some tires? I got these tires, right? Check them out, and I'm like, ooh, I like this, because I didn't have it, like I only had like one at the time. As a matter of fact, I'll show you that one right now. But I would have them sound. I just couldn't get them. And then they're like, I got them right here. Look at how much. And I was like, well, I'll give you this much. They're like, nah, it's too low. And I was like, all right, like I'll give you this much. And they're like, all right, let's do it. So, yeah, I got these for a great price, which I want to make some really high profits, because if you know, these tires are very expensive, and some are really good brands like Bridgestone. These are Goodyears, and the Michelins are, I think the Michelin's on the other side. But did I sell the Michelin's already? I'll find them right now. But you see this tire? This is the only one I had, right? And it would have sold too. But now that people see these, they're gonna buy these instead. Oh, there they are. That's the Michelin's, these two. 215, 75, 17.5s. So yeah, so we're talking. I was like, yeah, dude, like I moved these tires most out of everybody here. Like, you know, you came to the right spot, right? And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, like we stopped by other places and they said they couldn't really sell this size. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy who sells these a lot. So yeah, pretty much. And then the guy came after, like we sold them, bought them. Like 2 weeks later, he came and said, "Hey, how those tires come out? Oh, they're great." He's like, "Oh, he bought a tire off of me, but it was like for his car." But that was another quick example, right? Another example of when I got these tires. If you're looking all over right now, these are brand new tires. See these? You see my last video. This is a rack of my old 15s section. My 15s right here were there. And by the way, those are the trailer tires that the second example I used. There's some right there, but there's a lot more over there. I'll go over there. But so this example, what happens is, I already done business with this guy in the past. He sold me a bunch of, again, new like this and takeoffs. And just go back on the story. A guy who used to work at another new tire wholesale company moved to his, but we knew each other for many years. So he hit me up. He's there now. And of course, me and him were real tight. So then a lot of the good deals, I would be the first one to be hit up, or second or third, but I would be the one that was real close to the first guy to get hit up, which is the best one, right? And of course, and so we done deal, and this is the fourth time. So then he's like, I got some really good stuff, come check it out. And I go, yeah, I mean, come on, Continentals, you got Bridgestones, you know, you got wide stuff. These are 315 3520s. I already sold more, by the way. I sold some 295s, 3520s, singles here and there, 20s, low pros. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So he had these, then he had takeoffs, which I had them on here. This was also packed of the load, and yeah. So then pretty much, you know, did the deal, and I already started putting them in their place. I'll just point some out, but it was a lot more, and now my place out here is really packed with tires. And you know, the thing I love about it is that, you know, it's your business, your money, right? Like, it's like, I mean, you can, like, there's some right there, takeoffs. You can let them say, hey, let me pay you later, right? These are one of the trailer tires that I told you about. If you don't have the money at the moment, but because of the relationships you build, you'll be like the first or one of the first to be contacted with, to get them check out if you want to buy the tires, you know, because they're gonna sell them anyways. That's a new one, but see, these are the takeoffs. Another one up there. They're just all over the place, but some right there. Yeah. So what happens is that you keep investing your money, right, in whatever you find that's really good, and there's gonna come a point that let's just say sometimes it sits there. There's one right there, and you sell them. When you sell them for good profit, because you got them at a great price. Example, like original price on this Pirelli is like, I don't know, something like 220 plus tax, install balance. And if I got them at a good deal from another guy, then I'll sell them for, which I already did, $660 for 4, right, cash. And if I get them an even better deal, like the last time, example, I could sell this for like $100, let's just say. So I like to like just keep like putting down the price instead of putting it at the 220 plus tax. So I can sell for 220 plus tax, but it will move a lot slower. And because I know a lot of people, I will keep hitting up with more deals and more deals. So here's another set of takeoffs. And so I'd rather move the tire faster, make, you know, my whatever I'm comfortable making on it, because I know I'm going to be able to get more and more and more, because in the position I am, that I know a lot of people, and I know more tires will be popping up. If I was starting new and I didn't have like my connections, then I will be selling, let's just say, that tire at 220 plus tax, let's just say. Higher profits, because I don't have to move them fast. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get a lot of tires fast. So I'd rather just take the slow game and just make high profits on it. And hopefully coming soon, when the tires are finishing up, I find more, right? But as time goes by, again, and you start making more connections, more relationships, you'll be able to find more. See, those Generals 305 40 22s are takeoffs. So there's gonna be tires that you're gonna have to have in stock all the time, and then there's gonna be tires that you get kind of, I guess, lucky in a way. Let's call them lucky, right? That you buy them and you don't have to have them in stock, because you're not gonna be able to get them again. Let's just say, like, I'll take you to the tire shop and use an example. Like these, I won't be able to get these again set up for 225 40 19 takeoffs, right? So when I sell them, it's like 100% like getting my money back with profit, and I can use that money to buy more of the good deals or more of the common stuff. But I'm gonna use it regardless, again, to get more tires, right? And this is what I'm shifting this conversation to. And I want to add, or I can use it to buy other things out of the business. And this is where it becomes something that a lot of people don't even realize. That, example, these tires, 295 7017. I got them a really great deal. I can sell them for very expensive. These are Hankooks. These are like 34-inch tires, 295 7017. And I don't have to use it back in the business. Again, I can buy the very common stuff again, or if new deals pop up like that, I will use it to buy the new deals. But if I want to, I'll use it to buy something else, other things that make money outside of the business. And this is what I'm going to. If I would start all over again, I always say I would have done more different things in the business, different things, the same thing I've done, but more different side hustles, businesses. Because in the example of the limos, right? Most of my customers that come from the limos is customers from the shop. And I didn't know that it was gonna be like that. You know, I thought I had a market, and they come to the tires, they see the limos, they're like, oh, how much is the rental for the limo? And I'm like, this much. And then they're like, oh, okay, like, and I'm like, yeah, whenever you're ready, we'll do it, you know? And they're like, oh, okay, like they have that, they're thinking like, I have this thing coming up. And then you say that, and they're like, yeah, it makes sense to get the limo. And so, and when they say, I'm gonna hit you up, I know they're gonna hit me up later on. It just happens all the time. Like they think about it, it makes sense, and then they hit you up. Hey, I want to get the job. What I gotta do? We'll come in, make a contract, leave a deposit, and we got myself a limo ride, right? And they booked themselves the limo job for their kids' quince or whatever it is. But the same thing with the U-Hauls. Most of my customers of the U-Hauls is from the shop. When I did the taco business, it wasn't really me that was doing the work. First it was one guy, and then later on it was another guy. And here it is right here, right? The equipment. Now it just sits here with my car parts on it. But LS6 intakes right there. Check it out. LT1. Anyways, the customers that were coming to buy the tacos were tire shop business customers. And then when we stopped doing it, they were hitting me up. Hey, what happened? We want tacos. I mean, it was, you know, the taco stuff is a lot about location. If you're real close by, like down the street, you don't want to go far, especially in a residential like this, that there's no like businesses super close by, especially open at night. Then they're like, oh yeah, we'll get some tacos. And then they stop and they're like, oh man, we're having the tacos, man. But yeah, it was a lot of the customers from the tire shop. Other things too, like, again, I wasn't really planning on, but just an example, I didn't really do it actually. But when I was doing a lot of the car stuff here and posting, you know, my personal Facebook, you know, my friends and family, and I was just doing my own thing, right, with the cars. A lot of people were hitting me up saying, hey, how much for this, how much for that? And again, I could have done it, but I don't want to do it because I want to finish my cars, right? But it would be another example if I'm doing a mechanic business. I'm talking about like high performance business. A lot of the business would come through my friends or my friends' friends, you know, or customers, right? A lot of customers. I get a lot of examples. I can use a lot of examples and say, like, I know one of my buddies is actually a customer, but he said, hey, he has a Z06, like a 2010 Z06 LS7, and he's like, hey, anybody you know can do the heads? Let's do it, right? And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do something like that. Like I'm so busy, and like I don't know, I don't want to be looking bad to them, like, oh, you're taking forever, they just say, right? Because it's not my thing that I'm doing. I'm not prepared for it. Like, it's just not my thing right now, right? Maybe down the line, like I always say, maybe down the line I'll do that high performance stuff, which we like to do on our free time. But for now, I'm saying no. But the example is it just comes from the shop. It comes from the shop. So like, if you have a lot of like different things you do on the side, compared to like if you just do the tire shop, you make much more money, get more ahead. You start learning more about other industries. If you need money, and I like to use an example, like if these things need money and the tire shop does good, then you can, you know, move the money to the other business and make it go good. And then when these things are going good and you have no use of this money, and you need money for tires, you can bring it back over here and buy more tires and get even stronger and bigger with your businesses, right? But that's another example. Like I said, like a lot of guys that are starting now, is like I would start all over again doing, if I had extra time, doing different things. Even if you don't have extra time, but you can do them at the shop. That's not gonna take much time. You can, like example, like hire a limo driver, right? That they can do the jobs, but you book them and you know you pay them to do the runs, which is that's what I do, right? So that would be one of my things I would do if I was start all over again. All right, guys, I'll let you go. See you next time.